Well, for many years, Portland has tried very hard to be energy independent and be energy efficient, and tried very hard to be part of the program whereby people put solar panels on their houses, things of that nature. We're very conscious of the environment in our town, and sustainable CT is something that puts it all together. So it's something that we're very committed to for many years, and we hope that we get a ranking this year, and we're very excited about working on this program.
I think the framework has been the most important part of the Sustainable CT program for us. We like to say that we're standing on the shoulders of giants. So we've done in our community years and years of work to get us where we are. But using the resources that were available, especially the framework, we were able to see exactly where we are, kind of analyze the gaps of where we wanted to go, and be able to plan for the future. And the tools made it easy.
Well, at CLEAR, we work with towns as one of our principal stakeholders. I mean, that's why we started, is because we saw these volunteers at towns struggling to do all these complicated things with very little support structure. And so it's great to have something like Sustainable CT to serve as a stimulant for the towns and to get them excited about these types of things, and also to have them integrate these different aspects of sustainability, which is very difficult to do. And I think it's gotten them to think about that and think about how the energy profile relates to their climate preparedness or whatever those things are, and put those pieces together, which is something that the regulatory system isn't very good at, and we're not particularly good at it. Is we're dealing with a specific topic. We deal with stormwater, we deal with climate resiliency or whatever, but able to put them all together, I think that's the unique contribution of Sustainable CT.
We're glad that we participated in Sustainable CT. It allowed us to kind of evaluate all that we've done in the past. While you're doing things, you don't always look in the mirror. And we were able to see all that we had accomplished and get a great sense of pride. But more importantly, it also gave us a roadmap to what we need to do and go forward.
Sustainable CT is a great way to engage with your community and your partners on so many different levels. This program, it really takes a village. It takes everyone working together. It takes a community to accomplish the goals under this program. Through Sustainable CT, we were able to just engage with our residents, engage with our community organizations, even engage with some of our industry leaders such as the farming community. It really helped to bring us together. And everyone played a role, everyone played a part, and I think it's a way and also in which the community gets empowered, but also individual residents get to see in which ways they can be empowered and which ways they, in their own individual world, can play a role to help create a sustainable community in Glastonbury.
We had a problem that despite significant accomplishments, our sustainability team lacked visibility and clout within the town government and the general population. Thanks to Sustainable CT, we were able to work closely with municipal departments, other town bodies, and community organizations. As a result, we were able to embed sustainability and equity into our collective operations in ways that wouldn't have been possible had we worked independently. So now there's a greater awareness of and sense of pride in achieving a harmonious balance of societal, economic, and environmental goals.
It's really interesting, the conversation about equity here in America, I'd say. It's so polarizing right now, but I think the thing that we have learned the most in our work with Sustainable CT and using this roadmap is that folks are ready to have this conversation. It's very locally driven, so it's important that we give folks the right tools and the resources and the space to really get to the healing that needs to happen. I think the equity work for Sustainable CT is really to bring in those most marginalized, for whatever reason. You know, Sustainable CT has given us great categories to think about, transportation and housing and natural resources and art and all of those pieces. Every community member has a stake in that. So it's really important that we look at equity across all of those topics and bring those voices in.
We have, as the City of Hartford, been very excited to participate in the Sustainable CT process. The application takes a tremendous amount of work. We've had our Climate Stewardship Chair, Sarah Bronin, our Green Infrastructure Assistant, Grace Yee, interns and volunteers helping with gathering the information required to get certified. The Sustainable CT team has been extraordinary in providing us additional support, such as 2 fellows, Jane and Nadia, who are wonderful. There was also a terrific workshop related to affordable housing and sustainability as well that we were able to take advantage of through our fellows. And the team itself has been wonderful about asking questions and taking feedback as they've been progressing through this phase of the program.
The Sustainable CT Fellow were such a much needed resource when New London joined the program. We were at the point where it was crunch time, and I remember them coming in, going through all the departments, collecting files and pass ordinances, laws that have been passed, and we even had no idea where they were. I remember them coming in and just going through all the departments, collecting the information, tabulating them, putting them on the online portal, and accurately labeling them, which was so much help for staff because there's so much you can do in the day. And these guys came in and they got the job done.
Working at the Southeastern Council of Governments, I was exposed to the work that regional planners do for towns in Connecticut, and I also got the chance to work with towns on a one-to-one scale, you know, meeting with municipal partners, municipal staff, neighborhood staff, and just the community in general. And I got to work with a lot of amazing people that work really hard to identify and solve problems in their towns.